Is this on, Jen? Greetings, family. Welcome to another one of your Frank26 Ubitubies. It's good to be with you. It is the 28th of January, 2026. I greet you in agape love. We are ktfalways.com. I need the notes that are on the large table. Oh, I see them. Thank you. We are ktfalways.com, which stands for Keep the Faith Always in Our Heavenly Father. And before we do anything, we always go to God in prayer to prepare us. To prepare us, let us pray. Hi, Father, by the blood of your Son Jesus and through the Holy Spirit, I come to sing to you. I come to worship you. I come to praise you. I come to give you honor and glory. I also come to ask you for help. Help me, please, Father, with my impatience, with my pride, my ego. Help me for when I want to go left when I should go right. You know, Father, sadly, there are atheists in a foxhole. There are. I wish to tell them about you. I wish for that opportunity, that chance. Would you grant that for me? Bring me the situation. Bring me the confrontation, the scenario. Bring me the people that I can help. Help me right now in what I'm about to do, Father. Help me. Give me the strength and patience. I thank you for your word. It feeds me in a spiritual manner. You know, Father, during World War II, every soldier was given a Bible, the New Testament. Your word saved many lives when they were in those foxholes. That Bible converted many people. We are a Christian nation and they don't want us to be, God. When the soldiers received the Bible, Father, it was in a little steel case, remember? Of course you remember. It was in a little steel case. And that steel case actually saved a lot of people because it stopped the bullet. Hmm. Yes, Father, I want to tell people about your Son. I want to tell them that the only way to you is through him. Give me that opportunity. Right now, give me the opportunity to teach about this investment in a proper manner. In the name of your Son, Jesus, by the Holy Spirit, I pray to you, Father. Amen. 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 That's interesting, huh? Sadly, there are atheists in foxholes. Anyways, family, here we go. We're going to study the Iraqi dinar. Everything that I say to you is just strictly my opinion. Everything that I say to you is just strictly my opinion. I like my green shirt. That's my opinion. Okay? Okay. By the way, before we get started, there was a few of you that called me and told me, remember, Frank, when you said to us, if you see anybody on the internet that is using your face, your image, your words, your information, tell them not to do it. Watch this. Of course, make a mess. You see that? Can you, honestly, can you see that, Tank? Let me know. Anyways, I'm hoping you can see that. That's me. All of our work, Now watch this. That's me. That's me. That's me. You see it? They all say Frank26. Every one of them. Frank26 said. Frank26 is predicting $4.48. He is? I got to meet this guy. Look at what I predicted there. 480, 448 to. Where did they get that number? But Frank said so. Oh, this is for sure. 520. Frank said that one. Yeah. Isn't this cool? Look at it. That's what I said. No, I didn't. Tier 4. Did you see that? The thing that I despise the most. Tier 4. Yeah, I said that. Yeah. Oh my. And then this guy, for some reason, why are you such a pain? Why are you such a pain? What'd I do to you? Unbelievable. Well, at least they got good pictures of me. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. Look at all that. Oh my, did I see that? How about that one? Ooh, stock. I'm changing the stock exchange, man. Big announcement today. U.S. Treasury. Frank says it is definitely approved by the RV. No, I didn't say that. RV begins now. Now, now, now. Frank26 said that. It's not an RV, you knucklehead. You check that. Look at that. Frank's warning on banks on high alert. I guess I did. I guess. The RV has begun its breaking update. Frank26 information to everybody. Pay attention here. Oh my! Look at that guy with his mouth wide open. Frank said that. I did not. These are all me. Look at all of these that I'm showing you. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think I made my point. And there's no end to it. Look at this. There's no end to all of these. Wow. Oh, I got a 534 that one. Yeah, yeah, I really did it there. Oh, that's good. Anyways, it just look at that. I just kept going and going and going and going and going. Anyways, let's see here. Anybody seen Malachi? Well, it turned out that late last night, what did we share with you late last night? What happened? What was the last thing I said to you? Can anybody tell me? I am curious. I am just curious. That's all. I'm just asking. What was the last thing that we showed you? You know, we for 500 people because they thought it was over with. But then there was something else that happened. Does anybody remember what it was? It's not even 24 hours ago. What was it we said? Well, give me an idea. Think of what they say. Or you know what? I wonder if I can get KTFA in here and see you all. How I do this? How I do this? Well, it's not KTFA. What am I saying? It's YouTube. YouTube. Um, that's it. Who said that? Joy. That's okay. That's good enough. Yeah. Okay. Joy. You said that there was an emergency meeting late last night. How true? How true? You answer it. Yeah. Why? Well, if I recall, Maliki and his framework party were saying that they were going to be the prime minister, and they were saying that they were going to destroy all of the work that Sudani had done as the prime minister. Yeah, and we were dealing with my friends that I asked you to pray for. So far, so good. Does this all sound familiar? And thank you for praying for them, for Eddie, Neil, Sammy, Omar, and now you're going to learn there's a lot of bank executives that are talking to us because of what we because of how we do things. Yeah, that is the honest answer. So it turns out that late last night, poor Malachi, he's delusional. He's bipolar. He's schizophrenic. He's mentally retarded. He's delusional. Did I say that one already? He's messed up. He actually thought that he was going to be the prime minister, and he tried his best to convince all the Iraqi citizens because for decades, Iran has scared the living daylights out of Iraqis. And when Trump saw that, Trump yesterday, he says, "No, Maliki, you're not going to be the prime minister. That's it." And Maliki's people last night, when we were doing our UB2B, I was sharing everything we could with you, telling my teams out there, chill, relax. Trump's got this. You don't think we know what's going on? Trump doesn't attack with bullets. He hates wars. But he's a master at words. And we showed you three things yesterday that Mark Savaya and Donald Trump sent to Mr. Maliki. And when Mr. Maliki and his framework party, when they read it, they said, no, 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 no. Hey, President Trump, what? Pick a finger. Really? This guy's for real. Did you tell him to pick a finger? I did. Maliki, you're crazy. Maliki, you told Trump to pick a finger? I did. Does he think we told him to pick a finger? He does. Get away from me, man. Get away from me. Get away from us, Maliki. Please. Lightning might strike you. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Get away from me. Go stand over there, a mile away. That'd be good. Okay. And that's pretty much because last night, when the framework finds out what Trump said to Maliki, which is what I've been telling my teams in Iraq forever, will you calm down? Let the smoke, right? You know what I told him, okay? And sure enough, so Trump echoed my words and it scared the living daylights out of Maliki and the framework. So they said, ring a ding ding, ring a ding ding. Hey, call everybody. We got an emergency meeting. Where should we meet? I'll let you know. And then they met late, like I don't know, 2 o'clock in the morning. And and the conclusion to the whole thing is you stand over there, Maliki. Get your ass away. Get away from us. But you're my sponsors. You're my supporters. You're my framework. You're my people. No, not anymore. We don't know you. If Trump calls, we don't know who the hell you are, man. In fact, I tell you what, pick up the phone, call Trump, tell him we want to work out a deal with him. No, we don't. Yeah, we do. You get a hold of him. And they did. I don't know what the results are. I don't know what Trump told them, but I can imagine. Too late. So that's where we stand. Maliki, the troublemaker, was trying to Budinsky his way in to be the prime minister, and it caused so much trouble with my friends in Iraq that I had to calm them down, and I asked you to pray for them, and you did. And then even Trump says, okay, enough is enough. I'll tell you what, Maliki, what do you want to do? I want to be the prime minister. No, you're not. And that was the end of it. That was the end of it. You talk about taking a magic wand and just, okay. He changed the political structure of Iraq in just a couple of sentences. I'll go to war with this man, although he doesn't want me to. Now, so where are we at? How's it going? According to all, did you see that? It was like 30 of them. I think it was 28, but almost 30 pictures I showed you of Frank26 said this, that said this, that. I didn't say any of that. What I'm saying is what what I'm saying is what I've said. If Maliki's an idiot, he's a fool. He's not going to be the prime minister. Sudani's in there, the best that we can. I mean, you take the worst from the. You take what you can. You work with what you got. Okay. And Maliki, we don't want to start all over again. Shoot, I've been married to my wife almost 50 years. You think she wants to marry some other guy now? No. She doesn't want to retrain him. Of course not. Besides, she loves me. Right, baby? Yeah. Did she say yes? And and we don't want to retrain anybody because it's going to be the bad people anyways to begin with. So no, Maliki, you stay, or Sudan, you stay, and that's it. That's it. Can you see this? This just came in right now as I'm talking to you at 4:39. But we'll come back to this at the very end. Okay, get ready. So after the 2 o'clock in the morning meeting, Maliki and his people decided that Maliki, you just go away. And Maliki says, I'm not going nowhere. I'm still going to be the prime minister. So there, pick a finger. And he did an emergency meeting. He got his party together, and his party's like, did you really say that to Trump? Yeah. You know what he did to Iran? Yeah. To our people? Yeah. He's stupid. So that meeting, you're going to see the evolution of it. You're going to see. You've already been introduced to. You see, Neil, my contact, and Eddie, and Sammy, and Omar, and you've just been recently been introduced to the executives of, let me just say, of some Iraqi banks. And they were pleased with what I did, so they gave me a full report to share with you. And as you can see, there's no end to it. Oh my goodness. Y'all got some time? Would you like a bank story tonight too? Remind me. We're only at 9 o'clock in the morning for today. Oh, Dios mío. Lucy, I'm home. Okay, good. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Yay! Okay, I said good night to you yesterday. We 4:30, 5:30. Oh, no. Yesterday was Tuesday. We finished at 8:39, something like that. So how about if we start right here? How about if we start right here? Okay, here we go. The Iraqi Minister of Finance has officially confirmed that it has taken all the required steps to settle and close out the financial obligations between the Ministry of Oil and the Ministry of Electricity. This aligns with today's Shafat News on what they have been telling us. And by the way, I just realized I read all of this to you yesterday. Let me just I read all of this to you yesterday. Yeah. So this was 8:14, and I read all of this. These are all those points, and these were the results from that electricity. The Ministry of Finance confirmed, and it goes on and gives his point of view. So let's instead pick up at 11 o'clock yesterday evening. Well, it turns out that Omar went to go see his friends, the executives at the banks, and the guys there they told him this. They said, "Yeah, yeah." They said, "Yeah, it's normal." What? It's normal. They're talking to Omar. So the bank executives said to Omar, "Yeah, it is totally normal for things to get chaotic and confusing just before a big financial event in our country of Iraq. It's basically like a tradition. So no surprise there." Holy cow! Right, right from the horse's mouth. I can just see how Omar reacted to that after all that he went through yesterday. Continuing, it is a they're saying everything I say is in my opinion, right? Sure thing. They're talking to Omar. Omar, relax. It's a sure thing. In a nutshell, this is what they want to tell you, Frank. Yup, you got a good read on it. Yup, really? Yup. Okay. So these are the executives talking to Omar to send to me and say, yup, you, Frank26, you got a good read on it. We were seeing the usual pattern of political chaos in our country. We were seeing the rumors that were swirling around before any big financial shift in Iraq. Omar friends told him this. Omar's friends told him to look. I'm gonna read all of this to you. So let me just read it and not show it to you. Omar's friends, these are the executives of the banks, told him, look, if this was as bad as you're saying, and they knew about all of this already, I mean, they knew everything. They would have e- 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 evaluated and they would have come up with a brand new level of security and safety to deal with this. But they left it alone. So you got to look at this too. So you have to consider that, not just look at this. Our government is being formed. And he says, hey, once we get this formed, we're going to review the currency. And you can't do that legally. You can't do that legal. So we have always heard that there will be chaos at the end. And this is pretty much the chaos. So just look at it that way, Omar. And then look back. And I'll read that to you in a minute. Oh, yeah, let me not show it to you. And then he says, they look back at what the United Nations was saying about us and the ratings that we have been recently given. I think all of this was for the purpose of making us secure. And then we told the rest of the world that we are a sovereign state. So, Omar, with these things that we just told you, no, It's not going to be Maliki. Plus, the United States troops pulled out. They wouldn't do that early. No, we didn't pull out. No, we didn't pull out. But that's okay, gentlemen. That's all right. By the way, greetings. Plus, the U.S. troops pulled out. They wouldn't do that either. So you got to take that into consideration. You got to take it with a grain of salt about all of this confusion that's going on out there at the end. Don't pay attention to the chaos, the confusion. Omar's friend. Now we're starting this morning. So I went to bed, and at 8 this morning, we get our first report. Omar's friends also told him, look, just look at our gold. You know, our gold and silver, and gold and silver is, our gold and silver is going to be asset back, and it's going to help our currency. And he says, we as a country, we have 172 tons. Where'd they get the other ton? We have 172 tons of gold, probably more than what they're actually telling us. Plus, the goal is to reach just over $5,000 an ounce. We can say this because it's already happening. May I be polite and say to you, don't be rude and text me your opinion when I'm giving you my opinion? So they were telling him, you need to look at the gold and silver because it's going to be the asset that's going to back up our currencies. We have 172 tons of gold, and probably that's they're telling us that is the goal that they wanted to reach. We wanted to reach the 5,000, and we're at that 5,000 an ounce, and silver is at 100 an ounce for the very first time ever. It's all going to be asset backed for currencies. On another thing, golden currencies, but everybody looks at that and hopes to keep down the inflation and the rates and the political problems. So everything is on course, apparently, huh? It is. It helped to keep inflation rates down. And also, any political mess that is occurring, you are to offset it. So to speak, I can't read all that shit. Basically, the currency is extremely backed up. Extremely backed up. And that's what these gentlemen are trying to tell Omar. You got nothing to worry about the monetary reform, man. Shoot, you work here at the bank, but you don't know what we're doing yet, and we're here to tell you that. We're asset back our currency. And with the price of gold and silver that's going sky high, and all these other things that we just mentioned, which I don't want to really get into, things are going on the way things are going on. It's good. Oh, Sammy was there too. Look, Sammy, today the Minister of Finance said that they were holding all these meetings, and it was in reference to the projects that we have that are going on. They were also part of the contracts that are being made. Lincolndale ones too. So I'm just saying to you, Omar, that if it was so bad, they wouldn't be doing all of these things. So it's kind of like part of the chaos. It's probably playing The chaos will play itself out. Omar, oh, we really can't come out and tell you, especially when especially about the rate. It's going to be as big as what we're getting ready to do, in my opinion. Hmm. I'm sorry. I know that was choppy, but you don't understand half of what he's trying to tell me. I do. And let's just simply say that these gentlemen who are above Omar at the banks of Iraq are telling him, you don't have to worry about the nonsense that's out there in the streets. You know it's a bunch of lies. And look at this list of things that we have done. The upper echelon that we have done. You think that this is not going to be for the monetary reform? Continuing. Let's go to 9:25 this morning now. The television is trying to up the chaos today by showing Maliki's rejected people, Trump's position and announcements. They are going over. Maliki says he will continue for his candidacy for prime minister, regardless of what Trump said. That is just more chaos to throw us off on what is going on, says Omar's bank guys. Okay? I mean, we knew that, but to get it from these gentlemen, look at this on the news. Neil, look at this on the news. Get it to Frank, and you're right. You're right, Frank, to push back when something doesn't line up with the actual statement coming out of Iraq. Let's cut through the noise. Sudan, oh, bless your heart. All right. Well, you see, the beautiful thing is that the executive level has helped you. The economist has helped you. I have helped you. Now you need to help yourselves. So let's cut through the noise. Let me see what you say. Sudani has not officially withdrawn. Very good. That's a good point. Okay. What's the next thing? There has been no formal announcement from, number one, Sudani himself. Yeah, I know. Hey, Sudani. What's the matter? What do you mean, Sudani? Cat got your tongue? Trump got your tongue? That's a good one. What else? There has been no formal announcement from Sudani himself. Nothing from his office, his people that represent him, his party. Also, the Reconstruction and Development Bloc has not said anything negative about Sudani. Also, the coordination framework is with no power. Also, the Iraqi parliament is waiting for Sudani. Also, the state media is telling us the truth compared to Shafat. Nothing official, nothing written, nothing announced. Okay, dokie. His bloc explicitly said the opposite. Well, of course they did. They're stupid. The quote that we brought you earlier, quote, no, we have our political entitlement, unquote, is a direct rejection of the idea that they are giving up the prime minister position. Let me read that again. The quote that we brought you earlier, Frank, quote, no, we have our political entitlement, unquote, is a direct rejection of the idea that they are giving up the prime minister position. A bloc does not talk like that if their candidate has stepped aside. Point number one. Then they break it down, and here we go. Point number one. Where the confusion actually came from. Some Baghdad political pages and Telegram channels have pushed a rumor that Sudani, quote, agreed to step aside. Oh, really? Really? You see, we're going to give you the truth. What is the title of your Tubi? Trump is the truth. Some Baghdad political pages and telegram channels pushed a rumor that Soudani agreed to step aside. But those same pages have been wrong and removed many times before have they tried this, especially during high tension negotiations. This is exactly the kind of chaos and misinformation that always shows up right before a major political or financial move in Iraq. Frank, your statement is correct. We want to break it down for you. Please do. Soudani did not resign. Soudani did not withdraw. Soudani is still in the race. See, this is why they are using this as turmoil to cloud the view of what is truly going on. You know what we're doing in the banks. Frank, Omar's friends say your president was saying that about Maliki. He's not only trying to say that, hey, I'm warning you about him, not trying to get into our government, your president, but he sees what it is. Maliki is trying to do what he's trying to do, but he also is going to isolate him. Bingo! Bingo! So, Omar, these executives, these people, oh my goodness, you got some smarts there, brother. No, I mean, just because they're talking like me, that doesn't mean I'm not trying to boast myself. But bingo! Look what they just told you. Omar's trying to say Maliki. He's not trying to do anything. Trump is not trying to do. Trump is trying to warn us about Maliki. He's not trying to be our government, but he sees what Maliki is trying to do. So he is also going to isolate him. Bingo. And all of these Iranian-backed politicians, they will be isolated. Bingo. And they will be prosecuted. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes. Finally, finally, finally. I've been desperately trying to make you understand this, gentlemen. All these Iranian-backed politicians, they'll all be busted. They will be isolated and they will be prosecuted. They talked about that list of corruption. Remember, Trump says he knows who they are and they know who these people are and where they live. They're going to get them. I believe, Omar, when they said the other day that there would be, listen to this, I like this, because I thought the same thing too. I just never said it to you. I believe, Omar, when they said the other day that there would be a twist and a surprise at these elections. I think that's going to be it. I think a twist and a surprise. They're going to hold these people accountable for all the thievery, and that's going to be coming all out here very soon. And I believe Maliki and his goons realize it, and that's why they're trying to get back into power to save them from going to prison. Yes! Thank you, gentlemen, for helping my teams and for trusting me. No, for trusting us. Then I respond, and I respond to all that I just read to you. So I have a very long report that I'm going to read to you, covering every one of these subjects. It goes on and on and on. So let's go and see what I said with my teams to our teams in Iraq. Good morning, gentlemen. I'm just now reading your reports, and I cannot help but to laugh hard and smile widely to what your bank executive friends are telling you It is exactly what I tried to express to you. Iraq is infected with Iranians that want to hurt you. So, like your bank friends told you, Omar, that so like your friends that told you, Omar, that are apparently very wise. They say to you, "This is a tradition. This is normal." Of course it is. It was supposed to get chaotic. I said it many times just before you guys pulled the trigger for the new exchange rate, and it angers Maliki's party. The fact that they can't have what they are about to give to you Iraqi citizens pisses them off. Indeed, your bank friends are very wise, and not because they talk like me, but because they talk like the Iraqi citizens that know the truth about Iranian evil in your country. Be strong with me, gentlemen. Man, we got the economists, and now we've got these guys. And these guys report to the board of directors of the CBI. Continuing. So, your friend calls it a political chaos, does he? Well, I agree with Omar. Tell your friends, well said. Those are the perfect words. But I would like to also add this. I would also add that this is actually organized chaos. I can agree to a degree with what you've said that it might have been done on purpose. Trump knows exactly what's going on. He is an incredible chess player, and he plays Chinese checkers very well with China too. In fact, the next communist country to go down will be Cuba. Mark my words. God has given Trump a mission. There are only 5 places where the word of God cannot be spoken. He is an incredible chess player, and he plays Chinese checkers very well with China. LOL. In fact, the next communistic country to go down will be Cuba. Mark my words on this. In other words, Trump, with all sincerity, can see 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of you before you even think about it. He is a genius financially. He is extremely astute. Now, he is extremely astute now in the political arena. He has learned, and he has a good heart. This combination, along with the fact that God pushed that bullet away from his ears instead of piercing his brain and killing him, I sincerely believe that Donald Trump is going to bring the security and stability that we need for your monetary reform because Iranians needed something to be scared of. Because Iranians needed something to be scared of. That's what happened to Biden and all of his party. Trump scared the living daylights out of them. I like this. Iran needed something to be scared of. Instead of Iranians scaring the world all the time. Indeed, Omar, your bank friends have been there, done this, and understand what is going on right now with your monetary reform. And understand what is happening on the political global stage of your country, which is what I tried to explain to you yesterday to calm down. But I kept quiet as best that I could to allow time to unfold the things that I knew. By the way, there's more coming. If you think that Maliki is going to get away with it, you know, what he's done in the past. If you think Maliki is going to get away, think twice. Think twice. Good song. Omar Frank is talking to all of his bank friends right now. They have more to say. They're going to be sending you more information in 20 minutes. And then I said, well, let me talk to you about the report. Your report about gold being at 5,000 was very hard to understand, but I think I get the gist of it. But I think, may I suggest that, is that why he was calling? But as far as the price of gold and silver, yeah, it's being done on purpose, in my opinion, by the president, because your currency, your new currency, it will be backed by gold and silver and precious metals, and the price of those precious metals is growing every day. That is that is being done on purpose. The manipulation of precious metals. It's not an accident, gentlemen, and it's not a coincidence. Your country is being primed for a reason that we don't need to talk about right now. But it is for a very good reason, especially for you Iraqi citizens and the Middle East. By the way, before I continue, so Maliki, but before I continue, in the Holy Bible, in Genesis chapter 2, starting in verse 10, a river flowed from the land of Eden, watering the garden and then dividing it into four branches. The first branch, called Pison, flowed around the entire land of Havilah, where gold was found. Excuse me, where gold is found. The gold of that land is exceptionally pure. Thank you for the information. Aromatic resins and onyx stones are also found there. Now, the second branch, called Gion, it flowed around the entire land of Cush. The third branch, called the Tigris, flowed east of the land of Ashur. And the fourth branch is called the Euphrates. I have been teaching you about these four rivers of the Garden of Eden for a very long time. I wanted to read to you what God said about those four rivers. Exceptional gold, huh? These four rivers have brought so much wealth to the same place where, yeah, I just wanted to bring that up. Continuing. So Maliki comes out and he tells my President Trump, "Hey, pick a finger, preferably the middle finger." Really? Is that what he did? Is that what he said today? After that meeting, that emergency meeting, he told him pick a finger? Okay. Watch what Trump does with that finger. Gentlemen, your summary was brilliant, and I find it to be correct. And it also shows that Iraq is in an excellent position against Maliki and his thieves. Because, like I told you yesterday, you're not alone. We're standing right next to you, and it's scaring the it's scaring the caca. And it's scaring the caca out of Maliki and his people. In fact, you may not know this, but last night, the supreme leader of Iran actually reached out to Donald Trump and said, "Can we talk?" He's scared, and he should be. Continuing. Finally, I will commend you because that was well put. The report from your executive friends, Omar, about Maliki being isolated by President Trump is exactly what's going on. Whoever told you that, Omar, give them a cookie. Did I say that? Did I say give them a cookie? Oh my gosh, I must have had a feed. Anyways, give them a cookie. They hit the nail on the head. No man is an island, Omar. But Malik is finding himself alone, isn't he? A castaway on a long forgotten island with many spider holes in it. Like I told you yesterday, Omar, we're not getting rid of Maliki with bullets. We're doing it with political power. And when Maliki found out that Trump sent him a message yesterday, you know, pictures, you really think that Maliki is going to stick around and fight back? He's going to metamorphosize into the coward that he is, and he's going to run. And that's the mission. I just saw where Omar is talking again with his bank friends. Thank you. Here are the questions I present to them. By the way, I'm excited to see what these gentlemen have to say about my questions, because every time that Omar's friends talk, it calms the storm. It calms the storm that Maliki put in their hearts. Apparently, your bank friends are educated and probably very powerful in your country, because that type of attitude, that type of knowledge is rare in Iraq. Yes, Omar, Eddie, Sammy, all of you, thank you for introducing me to these gentlemen. I find them, apparently, your bank friends are well educated and probably very powerful in your country, because that type of attitude, that type of knowledge in Iraq is very rare. It is hard to find because your country has been kept primitive by Iran for so many decades that you have become used to it. Wow. Ain't that the truth? I mean, you tell a lie over and over and over and over, it becomes a truth, even though it stays as a lie. It is hard to find this type of attitude because your country has been kept primitive by Iran for so many decades that you have become used to it. But no more. Trump is making Iraq great again, and there's no stopping that. Because I sincerely believe that God is on Trump's side, not the side of those that are killing tens of thousands of people before this evil is removed and eradicated. Okay, Frank. Not trying to be down or anything, but our bank friends are also want to tell you about the street market. As much as this may sound negative, it's actually positive because it is pressure, and sometimes pressure is good. Pressure from edema, from swelling, from too much water retention is good, but pressure politically to reach the truth is very good. Okay, Omar, or this is them now responding back. Okay, so Omar says that his bank friends want to tell you also that the street market is kind of getting out of hand today. It's like 1590. I mean, we think that it's 1570 in the Kurdistan region, but it's people bringing in the exchange for the dollar because the confidence in the dinar is dropping. And on television, they were even saying that they were expecting it to reach 1800. And he personally says if the street rate would get maybe somewhere around 2,000. Holy cow! If these are these executives telling Omar, if the street rate would get maybe somewhere around 2,000, it's definitely something that would definitely trigger something is going to happen, because it would be getting close to a real disaster if it gets anywhere near 2,000 in his mind, and they're expecting it to reach at least 1,800. And he had some other stuff. Frank, we also have our economist friend that's on TV, the channel, la 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 la, and he's talking about how Ramadan, the economist now. So this is the economist, no more of the executives. The economist is on television right now, and he is saying that how Ramadan. He's saying how Ramadan starts February the 13th through March the 19th. So the economist explains to us Iraqi citizens, if they can get through this hurdle here and get things done in the next 3 weeks prior to Ramadan, because even when you think about it, they do work during Ramadan, stuff like that. Nothing, stuff like that. But nothing like a revaluation. Nothing like that has ever happened during Ramadan. So he's hoping that things can be done within this 3 weeks period. And Mark Zavia has been coming over here with his messenger. He's the messenger of the United States, explaining what was going on, and nobody was actually listening or talking to him. And nobody was actually listening or talking to him seriously until yesterday, when your president, when your USA president got on a national television here in Iraq and reviewed what was going on about Maliki. All the Iraqi citizens got to see our homeboy telling Maliki. And can you imagine all the Iraqi citizens were, looking at the TV? Yes! Yes! The same thing with Iranians looking at the TV, glued to the TV. And as soon as Trump says, help is coming, yes! But we've lost about 30,000 people already. Yeah. Nobody was actually listening to Mark Zavia. Nobody was actually listening to him. He's one of your own. Hey, we didn't want to listen to him. Maliki didn't want to listen to him. Let's see, where did I leave? The U.S. explaining what's going on. So, okay. So, within a 3 week period, and Mark Zavia has been coming over here as the messenger for the United States of America, explaining what is actually going on. And nobody was actually listening to him or taking him seriously until yesterday, when the U.S. president got on our national television and reviewed and said to us what was going on with Maliki. So even though Maliki came out and said that he was staying in the race, he's just standing in the race to try to stay out of prison. I think that the coordination framework had an emergency meeting last night right after the announcement from Trump. Of course he did. And in other words, I think that they're going to come up with something, but they got like 9 other candidates this morning. But I don't think that Maliki is going to be their top choice. So after the meeting, they came out with 9 candidates and Maliki's not even on the list. Woo-hoo! But I don't think that Maliki is going to be their top choice after that with what Trump did. So even though he's still going to stay in the race, as he says, I think that the United States of America is going to use that information as leverage and prosecute those people If you think that he was going to get away with it, think twice. And prosecute these people and then review to the people of our country where the money was, where it went, who stole it, and what they did with it to hurt our people. So hopefully all of this, and I'm thinking that's just my personal opinion, this is fantastic. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. We're not going in there like bullies with not with our guns empty. We got no bullets. Okay, fine. But we got a ton of documentation. Where is this? The same thing that said, Walt, impeachment article, sucker. Go get some tampons. You, when they trace the money, ladies and gentlemen, the truth is told. The title of UUB2B is Trump's Truth. He traced it. Malachi's in big trouble. Because they, did I show? Yeah, I showed you. They know exactly. I'll read it again. Because of what your president did yesterday, the information, they're going to use it as leverage to prosecute these people and then review to these people, to Iraqi citizens, and review to us where this money went, who stole it, and what they did with it to hurt our people here in Iraq. So hopefully all of this, and I'm thinking that's just my personal opinion, but I'm thinking that the reason that they didn't pick a president yesterday, Frank, was because the Kurds said that they needed more time. But I think this is really what happened. Your president. Maybe the United States of America asked him to ask for some more time because they didn't want to have to deal with this Maliki issue right away. So to postpone it to Sunday. So maybe we're seeing something here while I turn up the heat and get rid of these Iranian influences. All right. To which I respond by saying, my gratitude to you, Neil, Eddie, Sammy, Omar, and now to you, executive friends. Thank you, gentlemen. Omar, thank you for introducing me to your executive bank friends. Thank you for this report. It summarizes my feelings. It concludes my opinion as well, because I agree 100%. The fact that Trump did what he did yesterday put the fear. He put the fear in the remaining cockroaches of your country. I mean, not even 24 hours. Boom, you're out, Maliki. What? I'm the guy. I'm your guy. I'm not anymore. You told Trump to pick a finger. You realize what he's going to do to you? Yeah. Well, we don't want to be anywhere near you when it happens, okay? Okay. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. The fact that Trump did what he did yesterday put the fear in the remaining cockroaches in your country. And that's exactly what we want. Now, when will they lift the value of your currency? I have no idea. I have no idea. But I do know that it is happening. By the way, when are they going to lift the value of your currency? I have no idea. But I do know it's happening. And so does Donald Trump. Like that. Omar's bank friend said that you should have seen as soon as the message from your president arrived on the news. Everybody was glued to the television. We all saw it. A great cheer. The coordination framework immediately called an emergency meeting so they don't pay no attention to Mark Savaya, what he was trying to tell them. But soon, yeah, Mark was trying to tell you, framework, you got the wrong guy. What he was trying to tell him. But soon as he spoke, your president, they caught on and an emergency meeting quickly. And I am pretty sure, Frank, even though Maliki came out and said today he's not dropping out, and he was even trying to talk bad about Iran. It's too late. That's right. That's right. That's what I said. It's too late. It's too late. Even if they want to talk. Nope. It's too late. I'm sorry. It's too late. So I think that the coordination framework will come up with some other candidate that they're going to possibly support, Frank, it is possible that the framework might just support Sudani. But it's just kind of funny, in a way, to see what he spoke, how they ran like the little rats and got an emergency meeting going. Continuing what I'm saying, I know, gentlemen. I laughed when you told me that there was an emergency meeting going on late last night. That's why I went to bed. Obviously, they were panicking like the rats that they are because the light came on. The light is called Donald Trump. The light is called Donald Trump. Yeah. I mean, boom, like that. They dropped them. The, 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 the panicking like rats that they are because the light came on. The light is called Donald Trump. He scared the living daylights out of them. He knows. They know. They know. They know he will come after them. They they're not going to RSVP the pictures that Trump sent them. He has their addresses. Laughing out loud. He sent them pictures of their home, the sky, laughing out loud. So of course they quickly organized and tried to have an emergency meeting late last night to declare that maybe we need to think twice and get rid of Malachi, man. Oh my goodness, what do we need, family? Security and stability. And we needed a president to do it. So yeah, how quickly they organized and tried to have an emergency meeting late last night to declare that maybe we need to think twice about this and get rid of Malachi. No kidding, Sherlock. Of course you do, and that's what Mark Sabaya was trying to tell you. And the reason why that they're second guessing Malachi is because they know that Malachi is a dead man. And they don't want the remaining Iranian politicians to also be removed and be dead like him. So they will get along and they will allow the budget and parliament to vote on the HCL. They will allow the Kurds to do what they want with the oil. They will not be a pain in the ass anymore because Donald Trump is standing right next to you, Iraq. We are there. And they are scared of that. Thank God. Your monetary reform is going to move much faster now. Back to Omar's executive bank friends. How they doing, babe? We're over an hour. I told you, I asked you, do you have time? There's a lot more. It's up to you if you want me to stay with you and keep talking to you. I want to finish this report, though. It's still a lot more to it. A lot. Frank, Omar's bank friends say they are not exactly sure, but they think that the delay was actually done on purpose so that they can deal with Malachi's mess and get that straightened out. And apparently it has been. But they also feel like now that all the receipts, I'm sorry, they feel now that like all the documentation of what they have of what they have given to the coordination framework, everybody can see who the names are that stole our money. The United States of America said that they're going to release all of the names of these people to the Iraqi citizens. That, Frank, I can see will make quite a difference. They're going to show us what's been done with the money that they stole. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see some change. We're going to see some change. Your name, and hopefully this will move it forward and get it done before Ramadan. which starts on February the 13th. I think that was a little choppy, but you get the gist of what he's trying to say. I say, gentlemen, these Iranian politicians that have infected your government remind me of the scenario when a mother asks her two children, "Who broke that?" And the guilty one quickly points at the innocent one, laughing out loud. How quickly the framework abandoned its hero, Maliki, in order to survive. They threw him overboard without a life vest. I am pleased because these are the things that we predicted. And this was the end goal: security and stability by removing him. These are the things These are the things that we have been sharing with you to try to calm you down. And now you have it straight from your trusted Iraqi friends in your bank, the executive level. Let's move forward, gentlemen. Let's see what tomorrow brings. Yeah, you don't need to see it. Then they say to me, "We agree." Frank, also, we have not really seen any anything from the coordination framework today. But we just heard Maliki saying that he's not dropping out. And he says that he's not afraid of the words of the devil. So, but we still think it will make a big difference with the coordination framework, who still hasn't officially had a word today about anything. They just had an emergency meeting. So that was the only thing we know is Maliki, is he in or not? Is he going to stay in the race or not? Gentlemen, you know very well that they gathered together and they told Maliki go away. Maliki cried like a baby. He begged, "Please, let me stay. Please, let me stay." And they said no. And you know very well that they have come up with new prime minister candidates, which isn't going to do any good. I mean, you can turn them in, but we don't need them. Thank you very much. But that means that they're getting along. Here's our list of nominees for the prime minister. Yeah, thank you very much. Maliki's not on here. No, he's not. Mission accomplished, sir. Hoorah. There you go. Okay. Now, with that in mind, the coordination framework still has not even come out and said anything about Maliki. We don't know if he's in or out. He's out. To which I say, oh, man. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, it better be before Ramadan. In my opinion, it should be next week. As far as your bank friends' opinions, they said that this delay was actually done on purpose, right? To make a deal with Maliki. I have no intel on that, but you know what, gentlemen, I kind of like that scenario that you presented. I kind of like the thought that you're suggesting it, because it sure as hell was successful, wasn't it? Maliki's gone. The framework is working to bring in Sudani, and we should see that very soon. We have the report from the executive level. Yeah, remember that I gave him some questions. Said, "Tell you what, I don't wish." No. So then I say to them, Maliki says he's going to stay in the race. Okay, whatever. And you say that the framework still hasn't said anything. Okay, but they will. They will. Laughing out loud. My goodness, I'm enjoying this day. I am enjoying this day. We're trying to get the information to you. La 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 la. We don't need to talk about that. Maybe we'll share that tomorrow. We'll see, because it was really in depth. You see, the report from the executives was in depth about Maliki, but this next report was in depth about the monetary reform. Continuing, coordination framework is regrouping right now, and it seems like they're trying to make changes without asking or having the need of Washington. Uh, what This is what the economist is saying to us about that, Frank. Good. Tell me. It sounds like you're trying to work something out. So It doesn't look like they forward anything to Washington. Meanwhile, Malachi's up there saying that it's his turn to be the prime minister by the U.S. government, and all this stuff that he's saying, it's nonsense. And he says that the U.S. government is interfering, and Malachi says he's going to stay in the race, and he says he's not afraid of all of this kind of stuff. But the coordination framework is in a process now, trying to work out something else. You're gone, Malachi. Your own people, your own mother. Guess where the I know where it was. Here, let me ask you this. Guess where the emergency meeting was? Guess where the emergency meeting of the coordination framework was held last night, Frank? What do you think, family? I think I already told you at the beginning of our UB2V. What do you think? Let me know what they say, Tank. I'm going to stop and drink some water. Give me a number. I'm curious. Thank you for being with me. God bless you all. Yeah, you cheating. That was who said it? Jack? Jax, Jaxx. Oh, a different one. That's Jack. I thought it was the other gentleman. Yeah, because I think I already told you. Guess where they met, Frank? They met at Malachi's house. Yeah, because nobody wants him. And he says, "Why don't you tell your president to come over here?" What? And he says, "Frank, why don't you tell your President Trump, tell him to come over here and get this Malachi guy? You know, like what you guys did in Venezuela. So we would be really glad." I'll tell you what, we will spray paint on the roof red, okay? A red letter. So you can get him, okay? No need, Eddie. No need. You already got him. Yes, Frank, please tell him, come get Malachi. We'll even paint the roof to show where he's at. We'll paint the roof to show where he's at. Frank, we think now that the coordination framework is going to try to work something out. They're trying to save face. Like you suggested, if they don't do something, they too will be kicked out. The remaining Iranian politicians. They don't look like they conceded to the United States, but they know the deal. So Maliki can say all that he wants to say and stay in the race. But I think that they're probably going to back somebody else. It's just logical thinking. Yeah, yeah. As of yesterday, Iraqi citizens, you are no longer haunted by that man. Got it? Frank, Frank, everybody here is reading that thing that you sent to us yesterday. Mr. Frank, it's on TV news. They're talking about that there's a team that the United States, Mark Zavia is heading. They say that not only is he working on this corruption deal with Maliki, no wonder he sat and talked with him. Remember 2 days ago? Not only working on a deal, not only working on that corruption deal, but also working on the formation of the next government. You see? So That's a lot of pressure being put on them. Eventually, we get what they promised us. So it is. So it steps. All right, I understand. So let me just show them this part. And that's why I think that the United States of America probably has something to do with the current the backing, and we should have that vote, everything by Sunday, because that that's what you guys are demanding, is in my opinion. I told you everything is in my opinion, Mr. Frank. When this does roll out, okay. The exchange rate dropped from 110 dinars today down to like 1460 from yesterday's high. Maliki is trying to do damage control today. He's on television whining, whining. That's interesting. Yesterday I said 1953 was a good year for white wine, right? Well, look at this. Maliki's on the television and he's trying to take control. He's trying to do damage control on television, and he's whining to the folks about what the United States of America is doing to him, and he's asking his old bloc not to offend the coordination framework. He's begging. Did I not predict it? Did I not tell you he would come back begging? And that's why, but the reason I said that is because the coordination framework says goodbye, goodbye. We don't want to be goodbye, but you goodbye. Oh, Sammy, can you hear me? I lost my fuzzy top. Which side does it go on? There. You know the British soldiers that take care of the Queen's royal palace? That's one of their hats. Frank, the leaders of the coordination framework affirmed on Wednesday evening their commitment to the leader of the state of law coalition to head the new government, considering the statements based on considering the statements of your president Donald J. Trump in this regards as a violation of sovereignty. It looks like the framework is still backing Maliki. No, they're not. Also, we have a body, a body. The former prime minister is on television, and he's asking everybody, "Stay calm." A body's telling everybody, "Hey, chill, stay calm." From articles here today, Frank, this is for you. We used to see it tomorrow after TV. After 2.5 months of technical maneuvers, the endgame designed by Sudani is finally coming into view. He intends to retain the prime ministership with some considerable help from Donald J. Trump. Wow, confessions. When the president's post was shown on Truth Social, it hit the Iraqi media here at 11 p.m. on Tuesday evening. It seemed impossible that Nouri Maliki would become the prime minister again when he did that. Instead, the only realistic candidate remaining was the one who masterminded Maliki's nomination, Sudani himself. But I don't know, guys. That's what they said. And you really believe that? Frank, Omar says this about what he just sent you. You see, the writer is laying out a strategic interpretation of the last 2 to 3 months of Iraq's politics. So they broke it down into 7 different things here, and I'm about to read you their interpretation or their conclusion of of Soudani's work. Number one, Soudani has been maneuvering behind the scenes. The claim is that Soudani spent months shaping events so that in the end, he would remain as the only viable candidate for the prime ministership. It is possible that he was working with Trump. Two, Trump's Truth Social post changed the political landscape instantly. Didn't I say that earlier? I mean, boom! Not even 24 hours after he posted that. When President Trump publicly criticized Maliki, Iraqi media amplified it immediately. The argument here is that this is public pressure. They break it down. This is going to damage Maliki's chances. This will strengthen Soudani's position to be prime minister. And this that Trump did made it politically difficult for the coordination framework to continue to push Maliki. That's right. Sir, mission accomplished. 3, the mastermind angle. The passage suggests this about Soudani. He allowed Maliki's name to be floated. He let the political tension build. Then benefited when outside pressure, for example, Trump's post, knocked Maliki out of the contention. Yeah. Like I told you, gentlemen, and you executives, we're in control. And you executives know it. And I thank you for it. In that interpretation, Soudani ends up looking like the only remaining realistic candidate, not because he was first choice, but because he played the long game. No, because he worked with Donald Trump. And you think Soudani nominated Maliki? Maliki nominated his own ass. Continuing with this summary. Now, what does this mean in practical terms? And they broke it down for me. Number one, first of all, this narrative is describing a political reset. The reset is due to your president, Frank. We were seeking security and stability for the monetary reform. Your president found it. Maliki's path is portrayed as blocked. The coordination framework is forced to reconsider. Soudani emerges as the safe or default option. And Trump's statement is framed as a final blow that sealed the shift, the quantum shift, the paradigm shift. You gotta love him. It is not official yet, Frank. We do not have any official position from any government. It is an analysis of how the political dynamics appears to be unfolding. If you want, I can break it down for you. What were you asking me for, man? Just break it down. Here we go. All these points. How accurate this interpretation is compared to the current reporting. What the coordination framework is actually signaling right now. Whether Soudani's bloc is behaving like that they were expected to have him as the prime minister, and how the Kurds and the Sunnis blocs are reacting to what Trump said. Omar, please, thank you for those 4 hot points. I would appreciate your breakdown on it. Then about 4 hours went by. Greetings, gentlemen. I'm sorry I was busy on the phones today, and I just realized that you have sent more reports. I'm about to respond to them. Thank you kindly. So, Maliki is still being stupidly stubborn and says that he's still in the race. I have no idea what he's talking about. He doesn't even belong to the human race. I found it to be very comical when you told me that the emergency meeting was held at Maliki's house last night. Of course it was. Nobody wants to go to Maliki's house. It, it's laser tag, man. Laughing out loud, laughing out. Eddie, I have noticed that you have a good sense of humor. You tell you what, buddy. If you can draw a big X on Maliki's house, we'll take care of the rest. Laughing out loud. In reality, Eddie, we don't need to do that. Maliki is no longer your problem. And as far as the United States of America going into Iraq to get Maliki out like we did in Venezuela with Maduro, no, 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 no. Maliki is not worth that type of effort. As far as the framework dropping Maliki like a hot potato and going with somebody else, here's the ones that I suggest. No need to cover it. Of course, and of course they came up with their own lists. That's how the fittest survive. They drop Maliki and kick them out right away. You don't wait for the weak to catch up with you. In my opinion, the framework told Maliki last night at the emergency meeting, "You're out, sucker." And then the rest of the meeting was to try to figure out who to replace him with, which is also a waste of time and effort because the prime minister is Sudani, and that's the end of the story. Continuing, Frank, the coordination framework, D- let's go past that. Gentlemen, I am so pleased to see that you're understanding that we are in control. I'm so happy to hear that. Tell me, for you to tell me that you know that we are forming your government, not Sudani, not Maliki, not the framework, not Kurdistan. The United States is forming your government, and that's the end of the story too. I am very relieved that you are accepting this because this is how your monetary reform is going to work. It will not work without us. It will not work without us. It never has. Well, we'll have to. They're saying to me, we will have to. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see because with the framework, some of the framework says no to Maliki, and some of it says, yeah, okay, we got you. No, forget about it. I say 40 years now to come to America. You say Maliki is begging on television? He may need to beg for his life. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear me. This thing threw up on me. I said, give up his life. I said, that was me talking. You say Maliki is begging on television? He may have to beg for his life. And Frank, and the framework is defying what President Trump said. So it's possible that they are going to still back up Maliki. They're saying it's a violation of our sovereignty. Then I talk. Now, gentlemen, I see where you tell me that the framework is saying that Trump's message to Maliki was a violation of your sovereignty. How ironic for Iran to talk about Iraq's sovereignty. I would like to send a message to this so called sovereignty. Kiss my camel. Hey, Frank, who gave sovereignty to the United States of America? Okay, hey, Frank, who gave us sovereignty? The United States of America. So it's funny how fast people forget. Thank you for your summary, gentlemen. It tells me an awful lot about Trump's message to Maliki. It definitely changed the political landscape in Iraq. 1,000% true. 1,000% successful. 1,000% successful. Maliki's wings have been broken. The last place that a bird is safe is on the ground. Well, Frank, we thought didn't do the framework. Nah. So you're telling me that nah, I don't want to talk about it. Framework just says that they don't like what your Trump says. It's against our sovereignty. I said we gave them the sovereignty, and they complain about it. Isn't that funny? Framework is talking a lot of smack today about your president, Frank. Framework is talking a lot of smack about your president, Trump. You might want to reevaluate this and take those words back. Wait a minute. My turn. Wait a minute. The framework says that there's a bounty. Where did I see that? The framework just said that they're backing Maliki and the president Trump is illegally messing with their sovereignty, and there's a reason why they say that the neighbors in the Middle East, that the neighbors have a bounty on Trump's head. This is the framework. It's gotten very ugly and touchy and mad about what Trump said yesterday. Yeah, half of them are stupid and saying this, and the other half are saying, Maliki, get the hell out of here. Run quick. To which I say, wait a minute. The framework says that there's a bounty. There's a bounty from other countries against Trump. Oh my goodness. Now they are mentally retarded along with delusional. The only country that has a contract on Trump assassination is themselves, Iran. There's no other country. Oh my goodness, these guys are going to start talking to themselves now, aren't they? You say they better take those words back? Too late. Too late. Yes, they said there's 40 million. Yes, Frank. They said there's a 40 million bounty on Trump's head from Iran, and if there's a reason for it. Yeah, Iran. Nobody else is saying it though. Frank, the framework has lost their mind. That's right. That's stupid for them to say that. The framework has lost their mind, man. We still think that this is a lot of smoke, and we know that Sudani will be the prime minister. Like you told us, you're here. You're here. They just signed a bunch more. They Sudani just signed a lot of contracts. Up to 10 years. These contracts are for cement. You know, China has a lot of people. India has even more. And India is far, far more modernized than China. So India has laid so many metric tons of concrete. They have poured so much concrete to build these massive structures and buildings and roadways and for their infrastructure that the oscillation of the earth has actually changed. Hey, Democrats, you want to blame somebody for global warming? You can Google this and study it. You know, when you take a top, I used to have a top, I tied a string around it and I go boom like that, and the top would like a gyroscope. Perfect. But what happens? Oh no. And it falls down. Why? Because it leaned too much in one direction. It was perfect until it lost its perfection and started to lean and fall. The Earth's oscillation is being affected by the pouring of concrete in India. Sudani, you just signed up to 10-year contract for cement into your country, and Omar, you say they wouldn't be signing these contracts for a length of time if we weren't changing our value. Yeah. Gentlemen, in conclusion, you made my day. You made my day. It was a wonderful day. Yesterday was a little difficult with you guys because you were in pain. But today I can actually see the big smile on your faces. Like I told you, that once the smoke clears, and like I told you, everything is going to be all right. Because you know that we took control. We took over. We took it over, okay? You still have your complete sovereignty. Don't worry about that. 4:39. We're getting close to when we started our UB2B today. My day is 24/7. Rest has to find me. The television is showing that earlier today that Iraq is preparing for anti-money laundering evaluations. This is good, Mr. Frank, because this is what Mark is wanting. Mark is that it is kind of comical. It's kind of comical preparing for that, but yet they are trying to nominate the worst criminal of our history as the next prime minister. So it's a little comical. But this is what he is. Yeah. Because this is what was told of us to do, the anti-money laundering. So the rest of it I cannot share, and I don't want to. But I ask you, did you like your UB2B? My goodness, it's dark. I came out here when it was bright. Almost, I don't know. I have no idea how long I've been with you, but I hope I helped you. I thought I would treat myself today. I snuck these in my luggage. I only have so many of them. When you say your prayers, maybe we should thank God for Trump. When you look at your little children, your grandchildren, maybe we should thank Trump. Trump invested in the youth of America because in the last 4 years with Biden, our children are retarded. They can't even write. They can't spell. They can't even go past fifth grade education. Math. We don't deserve them. Our stock market. For those of you that have 401s, for those of you that are depending on retirement with, look, what have you ever, Kim Clement said when it hit 20, forget that. Fortune 500 companies are being used to seed the youth of the United States of America? Well, of course. Fortune 500 companies are the ones that make the world go round. And your profits are now going to be focused in the youth of America, starting with at least $1,000. Wow. By the time they're 18 years old, they're going to have $300,000. Wow. We don't deserve this man. The stock market is going crazy. The terrorists are bringing in billions, soon trillions. But by debt. The S&P, you saw that? The S&P hit 7,000. What? Never in the history of our country has it ever hit that. And the far left is complaining because we're removing the illegals that invaded our country. You can't even put up an argument, far left. And neither can you, Malachi. Trump has to fight Iran. And he did. He nuked them. But he has to fight Iran inside of Iraq. We don't deserve him. And because he did yesterday. Yesterday, a grave surrender. A grave surrender to their grave. Some of you might remember that statement. Um, Somewhere here. You know what? We've been together too long. That's enough. But here's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I got a good bank story for tomorrow. Okay. I also have two videos. They're both from Donald Trump. One video is Donald Trump telling the world, you know, I don't like it when a country does not increase the value of their currency. I mean, they do it on purpose. Vietnam, China, Laos, they all do it on purpose. They keep Korea. They all keep their exchange rate low, and when we do business with them, we lose money. We lose money compared to other countries that are playing fair with the American dollar. So for Trump to actually say what I just said to you, that's that's the backbone of the monetary reform. Trump wants Iraq to play fair with the dollar. And the dollar is going up in Iraq. And no, that's not what we want. And it's going up because of the stupidity of the nonsense of the exaggeration of what the framework and Malachi did just a few days ago. But then all of a sudden, boom, it dropped 110 today. Boom! Why? Way to go, Trump. So yeah, family, I got two videos that I'd like to show you tomorrow. One is about the subject about Iran from Trump keeping their exchange rate high. He doesn't talk about Iran though. He talks about China, which is the same thing. And the other one is the other video is about Cuba. So I'll bring you a bank story, and I'll bring you those two videos tomorrow. But I also want to hear before I say goodbye to you. I think that you need to get into our forum. Get into ktfos.com. Get into our forum, and go to the final article thread. Now, I don't have the time because I'm a little tired here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to read you the headlines, and as I read the headlines, then I will give you my interpretation of what I of the blue title that I gave to all of these articles. Oh, here we go. Sudani affirms strengthening the capabilities of the armed forces and developing weaponry despite financial challenges. You ain't got no financial challenges. And the reason why you're increasing your armed forces is because you were commanded to. Good job. Next article. Maliki rejects Trump's withdrawal and announces that he will continue his candidacy for prime minister. The blue title. LOL, 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 LOL. Next article. Sudani. No. Next article. Disarming and seizing funds from Iranian factions in Iraq within 6 months. U.S. Representative Joe Wilson is talking about this. Disarming and seizing funds from Iranian factions in Iraq within 6 months. No, already done. Next article. We'll go over these on Tuesday, okay? 23. After Trump embarrassed them, the political forces within the framework are looking for an alternative to Maliki. What's the blue title for that one? LOL, 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 LOL. Next post, next article. Iranian currency plunges to a record low against the dollar. Blue title. LOL, LOL, LOL. Next one. The Reconstruction and Development Coalition responds to Trump. Forming the government is a national Iraqi matter. Yeah, but what does it matter? We are in control, not you. Next article. 40,000 American soldiers are within range of its missiles. Rubio. We don't know who will rule Iran after Khomeini. Rubio confirmed on Wednesday that we have 40,000 troops in the Middle East within range of Iranian missiles and drones, while noting that he does not know who will rule Iran after the fall of the supreme leader Khomeini. He fell? That's the mission. Maliki fell? That's the mission. That would bring security and stability. That's next article. The central bank intends to eliminate the gap between the official dollar exchange rate and the parallel market rate. Yeah, raise the value, stupid. Quit talking about it. There is no other way. Knucklehead. Oh my goodness. I hope you enjoyed your UB2B. KTFA staff, I told you that I wanted to get together with you in the month of January. And due to the unforeseen events, we're going to get together, God willing, the first week of next month. My schedule is so busy, so tight. I barely have time for myself. And I think that it would behoove us to meet in the first week of February instead. We're going to discuss a few things, admins. We're going to also discuss the future of KTFA. Like, for example, I received this in the mail today. This is one of the projects for KTFA. It's called St. Jude, the St. Jude Children's Hospital. You ever see their commercials on television? We're gonna. There are many people praying right now for help. KTFA is going to answer many prayers. We will build a college. Yeah, we will build a college and teach ministers the Word of God. We will, like Henry Ford with the immovable parts, the assembly line, whatever it takes. We will mass produce the Word of God. I will plaster the Word of God everywhere. If I can plaster it on the moon, and you think I'm kidding, I'm not. We're going to make a difference. We're going to work with the Shriners, with burned children. Oh. It's possible. We may even open a bank. But I want to get with our staff, hopefully the first week of next month. Thank you for being patient with me. And and I believe I'm done. Don't forget what I showed you earlier, okay? Can you believe that? I mean, look at that. All of these are my name, my face, my picture. There's over 30 of them here. Whenever you see people say something that I said, no, don't do that. You know something? Jeff, Henning, I got a kick out of this. This will be my last thing. Let's say goodbye. I got a kick out of you doing this. You posted this in premium and you said, this was last night. Just as Frank predicted, the main thrust of what he said on yesterday's UB2B is being repeated all over the internet now. He said it. Now they say it. It. I'll give them credit though. The ones that I'm seeing are at least giving Frank credit for the information. Oh, how sweet. You know something? God bless all of you. In these 18 years that I've been on the air, there have been so many of you teachers. God bless you all. There were many of them that started at KTFA and broke off on their own. God bless you all. I remember the first gentleman I ever talked to. His name was Okie. Y'all remember Okie the oil man? I don't even know if he's still around. I always say hi to, what is that guy's name? He's in a wheelchair. Mark Z. Hey, Mark Z. I hear good things about you. Who else do I know on the internet? Oh, you know, may God forgive me, but there have been times when I was a little facetious and I shouldn't have been. For this one lady, I finally went to go see. And she actually was giving us credit. Of course, she talks about everybody. But still, God bless you, ma'am, and your dog, and all of your drinks. God bless all of you that have made a career of teaching the Iraqi dinar. I left my family restaurant 30 something years with them. I'm actually a background in biology. I'm a respiratory therapist. I left all these things behind. I don't know. I just had a calling to teach about the dinar, and here I am. God willing, maybe it's coming to an end. If you stick around for Aloha, or better yet, if you study the Iraqi dinar with me, God bless you. Take care. Bye bye. And if you stick around for Aloha, do you mind if I do something different today instead of showing you plants and fish or whatever I do? I got this in the mail. Now, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to show this picture of this gentleman. So let me, because I didn't get permission, let me just cover your face, sir, and show you. Hey, you know, our teams, we have powerful dogs. But you should also have one cat. I don't really care for them, but night vision, it's automatic with a cat. You ever see a cat that goes, and it takes forever for him to break away from it? What you looking at? What is it? What? A cat has an eye that is different for whatever God's purpose was. We have a pupil. They have a slit. That slit. You ever see the Eskimos? Nanook. He's got his whole gear on, and then he's got these glasses, and he puts these glasses on, and he's real thin, real thin. What the heck? That's all he needs in order to see. It's too blinding. The snow, you go crazy. So they wear these glasses with a little slit. And that really focuses light tremendously, especially for the eyeball. And the cat has a slit. It's vertical. And that son of a gun can see things that I cannot see. Not only am I dealing with human beings that want to hurt me, but I also have to deal with principalities, with evil, with demons. And I got a feeling that the cats can see them and warn me. So, beautiful cat you have there, sir. Hey, Frank, I'm 81 years old. And I've been with you for a while now. Because of you, my family, my friends have dinars. And they're happy. It was a joy to us when you received a Jesus. People are blessed when you are open and your prayers during your presentation. But your first name is Harold. Hi, Harold. I want to continue to be a part of KTFA. You're going to work with us, sir. I pray that you and your family are consumed with all of the possible blessings from God. Well said. Nothing harmful, nothing deadly can come against you, as you are filled and covered with the power and the blood of Jesus. Amen. That's right, Harold. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Harold sent me something. I'd like to show it to you. And the interesting thing is that, oh, you also sent a card too, Harold? Huh? What did Harold send? Oh, that was it? He just sent the picture. Well, this is somebody else? Thank you for the picture of the cat, Harold, by the way. God bless you, sir. Who is this from? I think it says Ron. Yeah. Hi, Ron. Thank you, Frank and Tink and crew and mods for all that you bring us. Exciting times that we live in. I just wanted to bring some fun competition, competitiveness, banter to you today. That was a tough game against your Lions. My team didn't make it as well this year. Looking forward to next year. God bless you and your family, Ron. Oh my goodness. So, you're a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, are you? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I remember the terrible towels. Remember those? I remember Lynn Swan jumping and bouncing and jumping again and catching it against the Dallas Cowboys. I remember the Immaculate Conception. Franco. No, it hit the ground. And we didn't even have instant replay back then. I remember Terry Bradshaw always beating my teams. Booger butt. What's a booger butt? I don't know. So yeah. The Iron Curtain, is it? No, the steel curtain. Check it out, huh? What do you think? I think it fits. What do you think? Oh, it's sexy. God bless you all. Oh, well, okay. You can send me all your texts now. 703. Love aloha. Oh, God bless you. Awesome. Thank you. Just was trying to see if your phone was a thank you. God bless you all, okay? And remind me tomorrow to give you that bank story. I can't think of anything else, so I'll say good night to you. What? Okay, we'll do it all for tomorrow. Alrighty. I'm all done, Tink.
Did you say Immaculate Conception or Immaculate Reception?
Immaculate. Oh, I messed up.
Come on, man.
Well, but it is an immaculate conception. Okay? The birth of Jesus.
Well, tell him.
It is an immaculate, okay, conception. It was, wasn't it? But this was the immaculate reception. I'm sorry. Really? Almost 2 hours and that's all you got out of this? Really? All right, I'll tell you what. Hold on. I'll take care of it. Let me, Tink, can you rewind it? Immaculate Conception. Oh, I did it again. Y'all take care. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? You like my shirt, Tink?
Yes, nice.
It's nice. Huh? You don't know Pittsburgh Steelers, baby. Iron Curtain. Mean Joe Green.
They're not Lions.
Pepsi. It's Coca-Cola? I forget. Mean Joe Green, and he takes his jersey and he throws it at the kid, hits him in the eye, knocks him out, and the kid's bleeding on the floor and everything, and they sue him. That was a great commercial.
Okay.
Y'all take care.